Welcome to Rigged for Dirt, the podcast recorded as the adventure happens. I'm Frank.
And I'm Ollie.
And we are out here in the beautiful local mountains.
So this is the Gorgonio Wilderness. That's Ganell Mountain.
And that's where we were on the last project, right?
We were working on the eastern side of the boundary, and you guys are going to be working on the northern part of the boundary.
Nice.
So
cool. So this is really cool. Behind me, where you see Travis, Frank, and Brandon, that's an old ranch hand house. This isn't set up by the National Forest Service. This is actually what's left of where the ranch hands for the local ranch over here. What was the ranch name?
Ranch.
So how long ago do you think this is from?
This is probably the 20s.
1920s.
And the story about Hartbar Ranch is its brand was a combination of all the other brands in the area. And these folks were actually the cattle rustlers from back in the day. And that's still active grazing on the BLM lands.
Yep. It's pretty far.
When they were redoing some developments, they took this cabin apart in Big Bear and brought it out here.
No way.
And when you look at the ties on the ends, you're going to see the numbering system that they used to reestablish this cabin.
Oh, this is cool. Except for all the graffiti.
And that's what I was going to talk
Shit.
about.
The Way We Go's are a famous club still?
Yeah. It's kind of like the Drifters, Lost for Jeeps, the Way We Go's, Inland Empire, those clubs together, and that's where the Adopt Trail kind of came together. They, much like Rigged for Dirt, they came to the Forest Service, hey, we would like to have this trail, we'd like to do maintenance on it, do road surveys, things of that nature, and help keep off-roading, so we wouldn't lose any more trails.
You said it before, but I wanted Ali to get it. Why? There isn't a flag, and I said, why don't we put a flag up? And then you gave us a really good reason why.
If a flag is up on a Forest Service facility, it means that a Forest Service person's here, or the office is here.
Oh, interesting.
So if you go by a ranger station or a visitor center or something like that, and there's not a flag up, that means it's not open for business that day. But if it is, it's open, and that's like the signaling of you can come in and ask questions.
Oh, interesting.
So when you roll down the hill tomorrow,
Yeah.
you're going to go by the Barton Flats Visitor Center, which I highly recommend you guys go into. And you'll see the flag, and that means that our San Gorgonio Wilderness Association volunteers are there answering questions.
This is one PCT. There's a little trail right there.
This is from the lake fire. San Jacinto right there on the edge of Palm Springs.
Because everybody wants a challenge, right?
Right.
They can hold the free.
Yeah.
That's the tear line of the earth.
Yeah.
Pulling apart in that area.
That's
right?
where the friction point
So,
is. Yep.
to kind of geek out on this a little bit more, I know
Let's
we went
go.
on a.
Let's do it. Yeah.
So when we were
go.
going up Highway 38 from the ranger station, and we were heading towards Forest Falls, that was the tear line. That was the same part of the San Andreas Fault, ripping type of ridge away from
That's something.
the San Bernardino Mountains. To educate people not to do that.
How did your parents raise you though? Like, you're coming into a structure and literally carving your fucking name into somebody's wall.
Well, it's like a snowball, man, right? one
Yeah.
person does it, two people do it, and then people kind
It's
of
the
start.
mentality of it's
Broken-
already
broken
ruined.
window
It's-
syndrome?
It's like it's almost. I think they take it in the sense that like you know how there's the camp motto.
Oh, we never even got into the snowmobiles on the
I meant to
podcast,
bring it up.
and I was going to bring it up,
Well,
and I
that's
couldn't
why
cut you
brought
off.
up the multi-use.
Oh, is that
I
what
meant
you were?
I meant to
Oh,
eventually
okay.
get the snowmobiles, but it's cool.
Check this out. So this area usually has like 6-8 feet of snow in the wintertime, right?
Is that why it says sand to snow?
Well, that's the name of the national monument. though.
Oh, really?
Oh, there's a national monument.
Are we going there? Let's
We're-
go.
We're in it.
Oh, this is the monument.
We've been in the monument all day.
I didn't know there was
What?
one here.
Yeah.
So wait, can you explain that real quick for us laymen, which I'm included? I always think of a monument like Mount Rushmore. That's a monument.
Cool.
So this is also like this land is considered a monument?
So the Sand to Snow National Monument was designated by President Obama, and it incorporates both Forest Service and BLM lands from Forest Falls basically out to the Joshua Tree National Park
that's a good
boundary. And so we're in it. San
So it's
Gorgonio-
one big monument.
It's one big monument.
Wow.
It has one person has a monument manager that oversees both wheels.
So right there's a sign. It says Mount Gorgonio Wilderness. From that point on, 2 wheels or no, 2
no.
feet or 4 feet.
Right. 2 legs or 4 legs.
Yeah, not 2 wheels or 4 wheels. That's a whole opposite.
That's this side.
This side. This side is 2 wheels or 4 wheels.
Right.
That side is 2 feet or 4 feet.
Right.
And that's straight up wilderness, right there.
And
That
what's
would explain
cool.
This little hiking trail.
Let's
then,
go
because
walk in the wilderness.
So what's cool about the San Gorgonio Wilderness?
I love it. Let's
It
do
was one of the original 1964 wildernesses that was signed into law in the
Wow.
1964 Wilderness Act. And that's super cool because I think it was maybe 60 wildernesses that got that designation through that original act. Since then, it was the California Desert Act and others that have created more wilderness here in Southern California. But to have the history from that Wilderness Act, and if you get a chance to read it, it's actually super cool. It doesn't read like a law. It reads more like a piece of literature.
Oh wow, it's got a little more passion behind it
Exactly.
than what you would expect from just a normal
Permits and
law
all.
on the books.
So this requires, we have
yeah, I
the
see
sign
that, yeah.
actually says,
Wilderness permit required. So this is really cool.
we walk this imaginary line.
Yep. So from here,
So from this, basically where the signpost is, do you follow it parallel?
yeah.
Okay, so
So you see it's off.
it's off.
It's not at 90 degrees at the trail, but it's off.
Right.
This is the line.
This is, if you do an imaginary line like right here,
Legal? Not legal. Not a permit. Right. So no permit. No permit. Permit.
oh, so if we don't have our pass, we're technically not supposed to walk over here.
Correct, and that goes back to that what we were talking about at the in the podcast, is that it's for my management of knowing who's in the wilderness and who's not, for
That's
capacity
the line.
issues and wilderness management, and also for search and rescue.
Got it.
So
Yeah, because you want to know who's out here.
I want to know. I don't need to know the person. I just need to know the amount.
That someone is out here, and you also want to know how much it's traveled.
Right.
Right. How much use.
The usage, right?
Yeah. Well, I started out wrong. I care about how many people are out here and all that.
Right.
For my wilderness management needs.
So the trail we're about to go on is this cool little spur road. Doesn't really lead anywhere, but it seems like it's a black diamond and blue trail, which probably means it has a bypass. We're gonna go check it out, and this will probably be it for the day. Super stoked to have had you guys along for the ride. It's just been a good time. Nice to get back to basics. So there's a lot of these lesser known trails out there, and we're not gonna put it on blast online just because it's really not our place to do, but we are gonna show you how fun or not fun this trail is. And there's a lot of these little unknown gems out here in Big Bear. And right now you can see Henry airing down, just getting ready. We don't know what we're going to be dealing with, but it is a black diamond and blue square trail, so it's a good chance there's going to be a little bit of solid obstacles and also bypasses. Usually that's what the blue will denote. So it's a beautiful day and great day to go out and have some fun. Little wash stations at the head of the trail, which is interesting. Here we go, coming on in. Dig in. Here we go. Keep coming. Easy day. So we made it up the trail. Like I said, it's kind of like more of a spur road. One way in, one way out. But it is absolutely gorgeous when you get to the top. I mean, this would be a pretty nice campsite with a beautiful view. There's Henry over there. And it looks like there's like a little flat as you continue on. Absolutely gorgeous. How nice is this?
Doesn't suck.
No, sir. So I'm geeking out on a little cool thing in Frank's Toyota, which I have no experience with a Toyota like this. And I don't know if you could hear that kind of like
Fast ticking.
yeah, that little ticking noise. So that's a system called A-Track up here. And Frank can actually modulate the speed. He can go slower even. His foot's not even on the brake right now. And what this does is it prevents the vehicle from going too fast. It uses the brakes as almost like the low gear on a Jeep, essentially. Where I would be in first gear just crawling down something like this steep grade that we're on. Frank is using the system and it's modulating. Are you locked up too, or?
I'm locked in the rear, but that's it. And that's just for it to get traction because we're on this super loose shale. So all four corners are being modulated independently.
Tricky spot. It's a very steep downhill. Of course, video never does it justice. Like if I was level, I'd be looking at this. You can see where Frank's leveler is showing. How many degrees are we at?
25 degrees.
Oh, 25.
You see where the
line in the middle. Gnarly. And then couple that with some really rutted out road and a little bit of a drop off over here that we're about to hit. It's a cool combination. Parts of it are kind of like Gold Mountain. The rock's the same. So thanks for watching. Super stoked to have had the wherewithal to video and show you guys kind of what we did on this weekend with the National Forest Service and Treadlightly. Hopefully we'll get our heads out of our asses and do more of these. But again, thanks so much for joining us, and hopefully we'll see you on the trail. More to come.